So it gives me great pleasure to introduce my most favorite young hero and my little niece, Takaya Blaney.
Lowering it. Can everyone see me? I'm not sure. Hello, my name is Takaya Blaney. I'm 12 years old, and I'm proud to say I'm from the Slaming Nation. I'm proud to say my Kukpa and Chichia, my Kukpa Robert Blaney, grandfather, my Chichia Elizabeth Blaney, my grandmother, are Slyman. I'm proud that my ancestors were Slyman, but I'm not proud of what has happened to Slyman. I was taught the traditions, and I was taught those teachings that our entire culture orbits around, that have been passed down since the time of my ancestors, about how we have to be careful about what we do to the land, what we do to the air, the water, because it's not just us, it's the ecosystem that we have to worry about, that we were put on Earth for a reason. Because you see in the ecosystem that each and every species plays a part in the circle of life. And our part is to be the caretakers and the stewards of the land, to speak, because we have a voice. I was taught and I was told of the times when my Kukpa and Chichia, and when my dad, and my parents, were children my age. And when I ask for lessons about the Slam language, my Kukpa and Chichia, they say, okay, there was a beach called a Pokum. They have words describing processings that used to happen in Slammen. Our old village was called Tishosum, and that means place of the spawning herring. And we used to live there before we were kicked out. There are no more herring. There's a beach called a Pokum because it means place of the maggot. It was called that because it was white. The beaches were white with maggots. Those places, the same place where my Kukpa and Chichia would pick up the herring roe off the rocks, they would say, when the tide was out, the table was set, because that's how pristine it was. Where they would eat the cockles and they would eat the clams. And they wouldn't have to worry about the toxins, about the chemicals, because it was pristine. The same things that were available to my nation and to my people 3 generations ago. That land that was there 3 generations ago has warped and changed so dramatically that it makes me wonder, with the many generations to come, will they be afraid to go outside, to breathe fresh air, to swim in a creek, to just even to be deprived of that experience of just watching birds fly by? It made me wonder. In my territory, they're trying to push through treaties, and the corruption that's going on within our nation and how we've been divided, it just rips me in half. I see my cousin swearing and yelling at our Chichia and Kukpa because of what's happened. And I don't want to say 10 years from now, there went Simon. researching otters. And I found out that the main cause of death to an otter is oil spills. So the word oil and pipeline and supertankers and offshore drilling had come up within the last few weeks. So that's why when I looked in the newspaper, because me and my mom were digging for articles. That's when I found this article that was describing the Northern Gateway Pipeline. And those teachings, and that concern that I've been taught by my cook Benchichia, it really made me feel that, you know what, this is enough. I'm tired of hearing, I was tired of saying, when I grow up, I want to change this, I want to change that. I realized that we don't have time, that I don't have time to wait that long. If I really want to make a change in this world, and if I want the water 1,000 years from now to be drinkable in my territory, that change has to happen now. And that's what I Don't Know More is all about. It's about standing up and putting that solid foot down, saying no. That's why we're seeing so much opposition going on with the companies, because they're afraid of us. They truly are afraid of us. When I went to Rio de Janeiro in the UN conference on the environment, where world leaders and prime ministers and presidents, they would get together and they would talk. They talked about change, making a change for the many generations to come. But the thing was, their talk was more about, in 50 years, okay, I'm going to come up with a game plan, and in a century, we're going to change one little thing. It was sort of like a woulda, shoulda, coulda conference for change. So you had these people who were selling, you had the conference itself who were selling UN specialty diamonds. And this was supposed to be a sustainable conference. You had buses driving people into the conference. Black buses saying Petrobras. And seeing this corruption within a conference that was supposed to be promoting environmental change, change for our nations, inside of our nations. And to see that, it got me mad. So that's why I took the declaration that was made during that conference. That conference that was supposed to do things, that was supposed to change things. And I ripped it in half, along with many other people who were sitting in a hallway, this huge hallway that was heading off to these panels in these rooms where we would have these meetings. And everyone was sitting there and we were speaking out. And at first when I started speaking, and I said, when I was saying that the corporations and the companies that are mining this earth today, that they won't be here forever, that they're abusing Mother Earth, that are drilling holes in our future, they won't be here forever. And they'll one day have to hand down that land to the many generations to come. My concern was, what will they give us? What will they give my nation, our nations? What will they give Mother Earth? What will be left of Mother Earth? So at first security came, and then the military. So I got pulled out of there pretty fast. But I realized this is going to be a very dorky analogy, but we're like the Who's in Whoville in that movie. I saw a scene in Horton Hears a Who a few years back. And basically, Their entire world was on a speck of dust that was going to be dropped in this vat of boiling liquid. And so they tried, and they were screaming and shouting to those figures who were going to drop their entire world into that bottle of liquid, and they were saying, "We are here, we are here, we are here," except for this one little who. And as soon as that one little who shouted, "We are here," they heard. And I feel that's what we're doing today. We're shouting, "We are here," because we are. That's why I wrote a song called Earth Revolution. And Earth Revolution is about making that change in our nations, globally, internationally, about the little things and the big things that we have to do individually. And Earth Revolution is about standing in solidarity together before it's too late. Because we're in a car, and that car is run on oil. And we keep seeing turnaround signs, stop signs, wrong way signs, signs that tell us to turn around, that this isn't the right path. And at the end of this road, there's a cliff. And we still have a chance to turn around. So this is Earth Revolution. It's about being that change.